Okay, today, lesson 4 from foundation. Lesson 4. God revealed his nature and attributes through his creation. Let me repeat. Lesson 4. God revealed his nature and attributes through his creation. So, the first point, the first day, God created light. God created on the first day. Genesis chapter 1 verse 3 said, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So God created on the first day light. How did he create it? He said, let there be light, and there was light. God speaks with complete authority. God speaks with complete power. So he is a creator of all things. He have a power. He have authority. So he just said, then there was a light. God created light before he created the sun and the stars. So it can be a question like this: why God created light? Is it God need light? No, he did not need the light. What is the answer? Why God created light? The answer is because he planned to make people. He loves people, and he knew people would need and enjoy the light. Very bad for people. Darkness can be very difficult for people. Darkness would uh, be a problem for people. God know that, and God is planning to make a man, so he know that man would need a light, so God made a light. Genesis chapter 1 verse 4 said, and God saw the light. God saw the light, and it was good. So the light was so good. Every time God created something, he knew that it was good because he is a perfect. He make everything perfect. Only God can make or do everything perfect. God is able to make everything perfect because he is perfect. Because he is perfect. God is a perfect God. So everything that he does, everything that he create, everything that he made is perfect. And God is a perfect God. And Genesis chapter 1, verse 4, B part, and verse 5, let's see. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So day and night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So God made the light, God made the day and the night. So this beginning, or this began time, uh, this 24 hours a day and night, day and night. And the second thing, God created atmosphere. On the second day, God created uh, the atmosphere. Second day, God created atmosphere, that is sky. Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 to 8. And God said, let there be a firmament, that is sky, in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the water from the waters. And God made the firmament, that is a sky, and divided the water which were under the firmament from the water which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. So God made on the second day what? A firmament or atmosphere. And God placed water above and under the firmament. So mark this one. God put water above and under the firmament, under the sky. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 12 said, He had made the earth by his power, he established the world by his wisdom, and had stretched out the heaven by his discretion, that is his wisdom, his skill. So God made everything by his power, and his wisdom so wonderful. He made everything by his own power, his wisdom. God, he is a wonderful God and a perfect God. So on the second day, God created atmosphere, the firmament. The third day, God caused some of the water covering the earth to recede or lower, to form dry land. So he created all plants and life. So on the third day, what God made a dry land, and he created all plant life. Genesis chapter 1, verse 9 to 10. And God said, let the water under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the water called the seas. And God saw that it was good. That was good. God made, God create the water, or God, yes, God create the water, God made the water to decrease, to lower, and create the first ocean. Genesis chapter 1, verse 11 to 13. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herbs yielding means giving seeds, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kinds, after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. So what God command, let the earth bring forth grass, like the herbs, the fruit that have seed. So God commanded, and it was so. Was there, and the earth brought forth grass and herbs and plants yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So God created a dry land, and God created all plants and life. All plants, all plants, all grass, all herbs, God created. That is on the third day. God created all the trees and plants. Every plant is complex, difficult to make. God is the great designer or a maker, so he do it. God created them perfect. There was no poison or thorns at that time. God made everything perfect. Why? There is a question like this. Why did God create it? Why did God create trees and plants? God need tree? God need plants? No, he did not need that. Then why God create trees and plants? The answer, because he planned to make a people. He loves people, and knew people would need and enjoy trees and plants. God know that. God knew that. That's why God made trees and plants on the third day. On the fourth day, God created the sun, moon, and the stars. Genesis chapter 1, verse 14 to 19. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day and the night, and let them be for sign and for season and for day and years, and let them be for light in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights. Okay, God made two great lights. The greater light is sun to rule the days, to rule the day, and the lesser light is moon to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And evening and the morning were the fourth day. God spoke, the sun, moon, and star were created. God spoke, and the sun, moon, and star were created. God created the sun, moon, stars, and all other heavenly bodies with an appearance, means look same, of as. God holds the entire universe by his power. God holds all the entire everything by his power. The sun, the moon, stars, they all were placed where God chose. God chose that the sun would be here, the star would be here, the moon would be here. So God put everything where he chose. And by his great power, he has kept them for thousands of years in the position, in the place, position he chose for them. Wow. Distance was no problem for God as he created the universe. So God is putting everything that he chose where he chose. And all this is, he kept it for a thousand years, the position in the place. And he chose the place where he chose. And distance, like a distance for human being, distance is very, very matter, or very if it is a far distance we cannot reach in one day. But for God, no, distance far or near was no problem, because he is a creator of all things. So God is present in everywhere. Why God doesn't like a distance far or near was no problem for him? Why? Because he is present in everywhere. God is present in everywhere. Although God is present everywhere in the universe, he is distinct, different from it. Everything is not God, and God is not everything. So remember this, everything is not God, and God is not everything. God is distinct and separate. God transcends, distinct, and separate the universe. Psalms 104, verse 19, the Bible says, he appointed, give the moon for season, time, okay, and the sun knoweth his going down. God created law and order, that everything, all this, what God created, which God created, follow what God uh, um, meant them to follow, a law and order. On the fifth day, God created all fish and birds. Genesis chapter 1, verse 20 to 23. And God said, let the water bring forth abundantly the moving creature that had life, and fowl, birds that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moved, which the water brought forth abundantly after their kinds. and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good, and God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful, birth many." Okay, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. God made on the fifth day fish and birds. God spoke, creating all fish and birds. Just God said, the fish and the bird were there. Why did God make so many different fish and birds? That's a question again. The answer would be He did this to show His love for people. Why? God do this to show His love for people and show His wisdom and power. God show His wisdom and power. Also, God shows His love for the people. So God made this many different fish and birds. God created each living things so it could only reproduce or bird, okay, reproduce according to its kind. A cat will not become a dog like evolution. No, an apple will not become an onion. A monkey will not become a man. Only God can create living creatures, animals, reptiles, snakes, frogs, birds, fish. Only God can create. And the sixth day, God created the animals. The sixth day, God created animals. Genesis chapter 1, verse 24 to 25. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things like lizard, insect, and beasts of the earth like animals after his kind. And it was so, means happened, and God made the beast animal of the earth after his kind, the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So God made on the sixth day all the animals. God saw whatever he made, that was good. That was good. That was perfect because he is perfect God. What he made is perfect. What he created is perfect. What he planned is perfect. What he do is perfect because he is perfect God. And God saw himself through creations and his word. So God shows himself through creation and his word. We see all the 6 days what he made. God creations. So who God is. Because everything, the stars, the moons and sky, the heavens and the earth, the fish, the bird, all the animals, all the plant, all the oceans and the dry lands, insects, everything is made by God, created by God. All this creation show who God is. Who God is. God is a powerful God, all-knowing God, and present everywhere, and perfect God, a God of law and order, loving. Okay, God is a perfect God, all-knowing God, all-powerful, present everywhere. God is a perfect. He is a perfect God. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens, means the sky, the sun, moon, and star, declare, means tell, the glory of God. And the firmament, the sky, show, means saw his handiwork, everything God made. So heaven and sky, heavens, I mean sky, moon, stars, everything that above declare, say the glory of God. Everything that God made, so who God is. Romans chapter 1, verse 20. The invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead. So, God, what He made, like invisible, everything from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Are clearly seen. God's know from the beginning to the end, everything for Him is very clear and already seen. God creations teach us about God, about who God is. The Bible gives us an even deeper understanding of God and His act, His doings. God is perfect God, a living God, a loving God, a creator of all things. God's creation saw who God is. Everything that you saw, who created? God. The tree, God created. The ocean, God created. The fish, God created. The birds, God created. Animals, God created. As a living God, a perfect God. That the living God, perfect God loves you. God bless you.